How you guys doing? This is important in reference to history of Hollywood and media and corporations and financial class acknowledgments and old money history. Monies that built corporations hundreds of years ago, and monies of revenues and product sales and value and seniority in the history of families and individuals of corporations and corporate law. So in reference to these people that thought they'd block me from my mother and father's companies, claiming these people thought that they'd have enough money to try to sell, to try to buy companies in the future. They're not for sale. They're not ever going to be for sale. There is nobody in the world that could come into this country and buy any of my mother or father's companies. Not never. Nobody from the Middle East, nobody from Germany, nobody from inside America's borders either. Nobody. Nothing's ever for sale. I'm the owner forever. All the companies meet the running operation guidelines. They meet all the guidelines of what the government requires in reference to all the companies. Nothing is for sale. Nothing. I'm the owner of my mother and father's companies and my grandparents' companies. I'm the owner of my mother and father's properties and mansions forever. I'm the owner of everything of my mother and father and grandparents. Nothing's ever for sale. They're messing with my throat. And the satellite man and these government people claiming they thought owners of property was in their way, or owners of companies. You know, my mother and father's mansions are some of the largest mansions in the fucking country. And these people thought they were going to steal the mansions, and then they were going to try to fake that they were these rich, successful people, when none of the mansions are ever for sale. Nothing is for sale. Nothing at all. And anybody trying to muscle me must get charged for the murder of my parents and for their activities of trying to steal billions of dollars that belong to me, and trillions. My mother and father was not the government. In reference to financial monies and financial aid that people in this country need, that's a government funding situation. My mother and father's companies are not for the funding of the people. Does everybody understand business? Understanding the laws? The government is responsible for providing benefits for the people. My mother and father's wealth is not for the benefits that people need in America. I am the owner of the companies. They are real businesses. They are real corporations. They are real history of creation of companies, creation of products, creation of media. It is not the benefits of the people in reference to monies or revenues or the activities of these people trying to demand money, or these people stealing money. Or if there was Middle Eastern people that tried to move into one of my mother and father's mansions with their German Middle Eastern politics, that's illegal. I'm the owner of my mother and father's estates. I'm the owner of the mansions. And who are these people to slander my character? They came into this country faking statuses. They came into this country trying to manipulate and trying to forge documents. There was nothing on my mother and father's properties that belonged to any of these people. The Deeds Department knows that. The Deeds Department is not allowed to let these people on the property that are trying to hijack my mother and father's estates. I'm the owner. I've lived on the properties. I grew up on the properties. These people kidnapped me and have been holding me hostage in Indiana, violating my rights of ownership. Nothing's for sale. There is no future history of anybody buying the studios. There is no future history of anybody buying out me. I'm the owner forever. And all the abuses They have to background check on all the people that have abused me and see what their ties are to the people that tried to hijack the media, the people that tried to hijack my mother and father's companies. All these people that have tried to make up these lies of trying to abuse me, trying to steal from me. They're messing with my mouth. These people trying to slander my character. These people playing around inside the mouth with their satellite, trying to move the tongue and damaging teeth and face. It's attempted murder. Those people need to go to court and they need to get prosecuted. I am the owner of my mother and father's corporations. I'm the owner of my grandfather's corporations. I'm the owner of the business locations. I'm the owner forever. And my parents got murdered, so anybody trying to muscle me, you would know they had probably been involved in the murder of my parents. And they have probably been involved in the abuses that they have done to me. In reference to accounting laws and postal system laws, in reference to accountants, there's going to be audits to see if anybody was cheating me, anybody was stealing from me, if anybody didn't send me monies from the companies or corporate credit cards that I was supposed to have had. There's going to be lawsuits in reference to people trying to defraud me, people are burning me with satellites. They're burning my stomach right now. That's immediately another lawsuit. Physical assault. Every time. It's more lawsuits every time. And the lawsuits go up every time, too. And then the Treasury has to say something to these people, too. Like, hey, what the hell are you people trying to do? You know, the government's got to print these lawsuits. It's what they need to say to these people. You know, the Treasury's not allowed to put me in between these people. Like, they're not allowed to endanger my life trying to use me as bait or anything like that. I'm the only child of my mother and father. And there was somebody that tried to claim they were on security before or something, and they were trying to endanger me by trying to use me as bait, where these people would try to sneak up on me and they'd try to steal from me, or they would try to deprive me of my rights and status as they were trying to endanger me, like they were trying to play victim of circumstances. I'm not playing that. The government's got to get charged for assassination attempts of them trying to murder a corporation owner. The U.S. government's got to get sued for not paying the previous insurance lawsuits in reference to the government murdering my parents. The government's got to get sued for not paying me the lawsuit monies from before, and in reference to people holding me hostage in Indiana. And these people stealing my sperm, people trying to steal from my penis, or whatever they tried to steal in reference to penis size, those people need to get arrested. My penis is real. My anatomy is real. My face is real. My teeth are real. These races of these people, the ethnicity of these people that are trying to steal penises and damaging faces and teeth, and people trying to steal sperm and blood, there's got to be international court cases. I am the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. They hit me in the mouth. That satellite man must get prosecuted. And the U.S. government has got to get prosecuted for defamation of character, financial wealth class, advertising, history of my mother and father's corporations, which people are denying my rights, people blocking me from my mother and father's mansions. None of them are ever for sale. Never. Hello, Deeds Department. They said hello. Hello, Treasury. Hello, Congress, Supreme Court. You know, the satellite man's still burning me. I need money so I can move to another city and state. And I need, obviously, a new mansion right away or something, or a new property and decent size. It's got to be a certain size because the government's not allowed to downgrade my family wealth. My family history and my mother and father and the corporations did business on all the guidelines. They didn't play no tricks. They didn't make no promises that these people have fabricated. My parents and grandparents followed everything by the books. And all you dirty government people, you're going to be prosecuted. based on your lies. And your sex crimes, of you burning on me, you people trying to steal my penis because you wanted to downgrade somebody. Did you claim you were a better man than my father? Did your women claim they were a better woman than my mother? We need to see what kind of qualities you thought you had trying to control my life. See where you came from. You thought you would try to attach yourself to the real Richie Rich or a real person of wealth, and you'd try to run them into the ground with your satellite. It's attempted murder, government man. Did you claim you were born richer than me, government man? You claimed you owned what I'm the owner of? You need to put your DNA in the courtroom. My parents even had it documented internationally that I'm the only child of my mother and father forever. And that's never going to change. Not never. Never, ever, ever. And I haven't received any of the lawsuit monies in the mailbox. Haven't received any emergency monies. Have not received any paychecks. And in reference to people that have me on payroll at certain companies, in reference to certain types of office work or particulars, I have not received any of those paychecks either, or computer companies. Certain types of, like for instance, in reference to police departments that have me on their payroll, or governors and mayors, I've not received any of them. It's for, I'm supposed to be on there for my protection and for status purposes of protection too. And other things, in reference to facts of history and industry acknowledgments to stop these people from terrorizing me and to prosecute them for their crimes of what they have been doing. These people terrorizing me and people stealing from me. And in reference to people trying to overshadow me in the media, I wasn't born yesterday, man. Role protocol of my identity has been in the media a long time, even though my age is different than other people in acknowledgments of some things, because them holding me hostage does not count against my age. And when I was in a coma, when I was a little boy, that doesn't count against my age either. That's why they say I'm like 21 years old forever, And anytime the government tries to hurt me or tries to damage my hair color or the government tries to injure me, they must get prosecuted. And all these people that are slandering my character, those people have to go through a physical exam of athletic ability and all the other criteria of them slandering my character. Those people need to be evaluated to find out where they come from. And the IRS just said hello. I haven't received anything from there. And I don't know what you expect me to do, because if I don't have money, I'm supposed to have money so I don't have to ask people. Because asking people sometimes is the way these people try to set up something where they try to attack me. So that's why in reference to the IRS, the Supreme Court, the Treasury, the police departments, the corporations or businesses or people that try to send me money, it's because these government people would try to make me look like a mooch when they're depriving me of my rights of finances that my parents paid service fees and paid for the filing of the documents, paid for the history of information to be documented in the government, and it is government documented. So in reference to people making up all these forgeries, trying to manipulate documents, people trying to deny me my rights after they murdered my parents, something seems kind of fishy, doesn't it? Something seems kind of not right with these people, does it? Those people need to go to court. I'm the only child of my mother and father, and there ain't nobody in this world that could ever afford to buy any of the companies, because none of them are ever for sale. Never signed, never, never gave, never, never sold, never, not, never. And all my mother and father's mansions, I'm the owner of them forever. I'm the owner of my mother and father's yachts and airplanes. I'm the owner forever. Nothing's ever for sale. Hello, Wall Street. Hello, realty industry in New York. I'm the owner of all my mother and father's properties in New York and everywhere else, too. Well, protocols in the media 24 hours a day. My identity and who my parents are and what I'm the owner of.